Hey, this is Blind Fox, and welcome to my game playthrough of Farming Simulator 25. We started by building the Grain Elevator Museum, and it was a nice starter project, and then we took on the monster, the playground, the pirate ship, and it has been showing itself to be a monster. So what I'm going to do today, I wanted to plough this field, but this one here, field 6. But what I'm thinking is, what if we plant grass? That might solve our problem to get rid of these trend lines. I don't think it will, but if I plant grass today, which is December, I can still replant. Do something in February, in January, if I have to plough the field again. And that will also sort out some of our fertilization problems. So we will do that. We will plant grass. We are basically testing out why that field, different ways. I know I can plough the field and it will fix the problem, but I don't want to plough. Okay, we still have some seed left there. We are out of everything here. So let's just deactivate this again. Until we feed it. We are sadly out of wood, which we will fix in a bit. We will fix this now, today. Will we still have wool? So that is basically working its way through. Don't yet have a full bale there. And I've been playing different games, not on the channel, but overall. I was wondering if I should play some Lord of the Rings online, but I don't want to add my characters there. So we've got some 2 wool bales which we can go and deliver. It won't do a whole day. So it won't keep us a whole day. Here, let's see what we have here. Have we have anything here? We do have our oil that's hanging around in front here. But for this, not yet anything. This thing is very slow, and I didn't want to go and buy the big mill to make the cloth. Or use cotton for that, as a matter of fact. Which, if we do, here is wool, 1 make 1, here is 1, 9 makes 3. So this is a bit faster than. We might need to come and dump in some cotton, but it's still not very, very fast. We don't need it fast, but whoa, this is a bit slower than I thought it would be. We will need to come and dump more wool in here. It is activated, it's just so slow. So this will take 12 days to make, 12 months to make, or 10 months just to make 1 bale. This will take 5 months to make 1 bale. And the big cotton mill will take how? The big spinnery on the map. Spinnery is a bit faster. Let's see, is it? Yes, it's much faster. You see, this is basically much, much faster. So what does this cost us? Spinnery. Visit. Now, how do I buy it? There, let's visit. That we can see on the map. It should take us to where we are. Spinnery. Spinnery is way over there. Buy. How much does this cost? This costs 180,000. No. So we might buy that. Yes, I know we do lose some money buying and selling the little ones, and we could have done better research with that. But we are testing stuff. And you don't find out stuff if you don't test it on your own. Where am I? Oh yeah, we are still picking up bales, which we can only do at light time. We can also just seed at light time. We do have a lot of things we want to be doing. So it is a bit dark still to do tree up this early. You see here we do still have a lot of this lying around. And that's the problem, if you get up too early, sometimes you can't work much. Now this is empty, empty, empty. There is trees that lying around here for us to pick up, but it's a bit, yeah, annoying. Okay, this is what I want to have. This tree here. And some of the stuff you need to do at night, so you need to practice this. So this is not specifically geared to people with disabilities, but I am going to describe stuff to you, and it's very difficult for me to see in the dark, to move in the dark. So we'll just go down here. If you are going to do these projects, something you are going to do a lot of, a very lot of, is cut down trees. It is just something you do not like trees, you are not going to like the project, because cutting down trees is basically how you get your wood, how you get your supplies. You can go into full-bore forestry, which might be a solution, but still not really. The cotton throws you out. There's such a lot of rope that is needed according to what we see online. You can't beforehand see how much rope, how much that. So we are going purely by what people say online. What do you need? to do this. I haven't yet done it, and if you do this, you wouldn't have already done it, and yeah. It's a journey, and farming people isn't easy. Not in game, not in real life. What is nice, even if you don't want to do these projects, it's just from here, okay, that's that tree. Even if you don't want to do this project, you can use, if you just want to have a sawmill and stuff to get money and such, you can still use this stuff for selling points. And if you just don't add all of the tree, the product, I think you can use it as a selling point throughout the game. And frankly, they sometimes give the best prices on the map. Which is a good consideration. So these grass are gonna be plowed under for where our cotton is going to be. We did make our insect costs back by our first harvest, I think. I should go and stop the stuff, but I think it will all work out in the end. Now let's just get out of all of this. You can see there is so much stuff around. And by stuff I mean bushes and plain crap. That it is difficult, so you can't operate it with a flashlight in your hand. We want to be closer. Come on. There we go. Doesn't always want to work nicely with a flashlight. You have to do this because... ah, come on. Wrong button. Let's see, how big is this? Is this over 8 ton? No, it's not. Let's see if we can actually pull this, or if this is going to... be simply annoying. Oh, we can pull this. There we go. Now we need to find our way back to the farm. And we'll see if we can get this thing's lights on there. This isn't fast. I've been playing some Lotro online as well. I do my normal World of Warships, which I don't record, and I had this simply hilarious game the other day in a Italian Tier 5 destroyer in World of Warships. I literally delivered my torpedoes on deck of a ship. I went in and the torpedoes literally was on the deck. Hey, did we bring 2 trees? Delightful. Let's see how much we got. There's a minimum range on which you can loose your torpedoes to do any worthwhile damage. I was literally inside that minimum range. Or not. It was just... I thought my torpedoes wasn't gonna arm, that there wasn't gonna be enough range space. But they armed. And they armed just... the ship was basically just in the green area. And I got the full load of torpedo hits. It was... I wanted to put on the lights there, but yeah, it was hilarious. Okay, let's just inverse here. I think there's still more. Yeah. Let's just go there. Hang on, I think, let's see if I can do that. I don't know if there's loose lights that you can buy, you know, to add some more lighting. Where am I? There I am. Am I now not in the correct position? Oh, let's see. You gonna do this? That's the other problem when you are here in the darkness. You can't see well enough always to do what you need to do. So you can see here we are having trouble. But that's why I'm showing you this in darkness. One of the reasons, besides from wanting to start my day early, is you can't always start your day early because it's too dark. It is simply too dark to do what you want to do. And that is just how it is. You can't do a thing about it. You can't hurry up life. You can't hurry up the day. It is just the way the cookie crumbles. You can't hurry this, you can't hurry that, you can't hurry your harvest. It's all happening as it happens. And you can't do a thing to help it. You can't say, well, go faster, go slower. I don't have time now, but do we go and do it in another time? It doesn't work that way. It works or it doesn't. Need to keep my eye on that. We do have a lot of wood to deliver as well, but that's not our choke point at the moment. Our choke point is the rope. And as long as we can't make rope, that is well how it is. It's also why I'm holding off doing the spinnery, because we need 12. We hopefully are not going to do 12 years to build this. So I'm not buying the spinnery first. I'm going to sell the little one because it's after it finished that thing it's busy with. I'm going to sell it because it's just not worth it. It's too slow. Even with the mind you, even with cotton, yeah, even with the cotton, it's gonna take us ages. But I mean, there we go. We are done with that for now. We have enough to at least do the day out. We can go and cut some more wood later. It's just difficult sometimes to decide, especially these little machines. There is no, the spinnery at least is 180. It's this almost just more expensive than the sawmill was, but you need too much of everything. It will be, we have to A, have more sheep, B, have more sheep, C, have more cotton, D, well, A, have a lot of cotton, because frankly cotton is the way to go, both with cloth and with the spinnery, with the rope, because it's just so immensely. I wonder what I did with my planter. With my planter I need a seeder. Where's my seeder? That's my planter. My seeder is there, I think. I saw it earlier this morning. No, that's my... What is that? Oh, that's the... Who is where? And that's another thing you struggle with, is your implements, to see them in darkness. We do want to plant in light because our... And it's getting light late. Mind you, it's December. Can we plant? Oh damn, we can't plant. Yes, we can't plant. So although I wanted to try that, I forgot we can't plant. So ploughing we will be doing. Hunting for our plough is the first thing. So we are gonna plough that field. I could get a spader or something else, but yeah, I don't know if that would help much. I'm gonna plough it and I'm gonna roll it. That is just what I'm going to have to do. Here is our plough. I just don't have another option. We are just ploughing that field, and we are going to take the consequences in having a screwed up hill. I should have just... I think the first time I did the last time I should have just ploughed it, but I didn't then know I should plough it. But plough... Ah! You didn't attach. Why didn't you attach? See if there's any contracts to do. We need to load those. Get that wagon loaded. Or are we on the wrong side? No, we're not. Are we? Oh, we are on the wrong side. It is sometimes not easy seeing where you need to be, and you will have to do... Just cultivating wouldn't remove the trend line stuff. And it is a problem with some fields, and this is the only solution I could find of ploughing. Are we on the... Yeah, it's the only solution. I looked for a better solution, but the only one I can see is ploughing the field. Maybe if I use a subsoiler, I don't know. They said ploughing, they didn't say using a subsoiler, so I don't know if they implied that you can use only a subsoiler as well to do this with. Or if you can only use what? Oh, come on, you. Let's just do this. We can get better angles. I don't have space to get a better angle. Just getting your implements hooked up sometimes is not the most interesting thing you could do, because unlike real life, you cannot just come in here and pick it up. I hope this is not over-tracted for the tractor. I don't think so. The problem I have, I don't know where to look if you already have this. I think we'll dump this. We'll not dump this there. How many did we put in there? I think we might need to add another one of the wool bales in the spinnery. So see, this is the trend lines. We did switch off the trend lines. See, there is no trend lines here, but it still doesn't help us. We're not creating a new field, we're just ploughing this thing. We switched off the trim lines, but this just stays. And I want to get rid of it completely. So we'll plough this. I know it will set back our Progress. We need to sell the at least some stuff. Yes, 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 stop flashing at me. There. Happy now? So this is just not light enough to actually see properly yet. And we did screw around with some stuff, but this did really take us a long time to... If you want to do fast scale, high volume, a lot of grass, just don't make it. If you want to do grass scatter, you are going to... There is a limit on how much grass you can do, because somewhere you have to bale them. Unless if you want to do big, huge grass and silage operations, don't use a baler. Use a the storage silos, those the bunker silos. Then you can drive over your silage and make a lot of silage, but we are not making that much silage. We just have a lot of silage today and grass today because we planted these fields with grass because we didn't have anything better to do with them. Let's see, I'm going to pick you up. If I see a bale out of place, I need to go and pick it up, or else I will forget it. It is annoying. Right. So we have a lot of grass because we planted this just to get... We had canola in it, and we just wanted a crop to cover the little time between planting cotton, or harvesting the cotton and being able to plant cotton, or harvesting the canola and being able to plant cotton. These beehives are beginning to be a problem at the moment. They are not really helping us with cotton, but I'm going to leave them there because they make money. They are a passive income source, which frankly you have to do a lot of income with this. This is not your 1 year. You're not going to make a profit with these, placing these in a year. You might make a profit in 2-3 years, but 4 years, but we might be getting into making a profit on this. And I'm still hesitating on placing the big expensive shed for our vehicles because it's expensive. The only reason it's expensive because there's solar panels on it. There we go. Now it's getting light enough to do things. So when you do your buildables, you can deliver all of the stuff at once. As you can deliver everything at once, that's fine. It will store it for you. What it won't show you is what it actually needs, how much you still need, if it's not in that stage. So we can only see we need rope. We can't see how much rope. We know we don't have enough rope. We don't see how much wood we need, so that we know, okay, we just need that amount of wood. And we ran into that problem, well, very deliberately actually, because I made us run into that problem. I wanted to see what happens if I deliver too much, and we saw what happens, nothing. It just keeps it. There we go. It doesn't pay you out again. It doesn't charge you, say, okay, that's finished. There is stuff left. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to buy it back? Do you want to move it to another project? It doesn't automatically move it, say, to another buildable project. It's not a sort of a storage where you can put everything you want to use in your buildables, and as your buildables become ready, they use it. Man, I suck at this. You can see with the bad lighting, it's difficult to see the bales. We do have a lot of bales, so somewhere we will at least get money. Maybe enough to buy our spinnery. We'll sell the other one back, of course. We need 12 bales of cloth. Now, I might buy the spinnery, or I might just see if I can, ideally, put the spinnery on the farm. Ideally put the spinnery there behind the silo. Just because the map spinnery is way over there. And if I build the spinnery or if I use the map spinnery, it's the same thing. It's the size of the spinnery that makes the thing. Technically that thing is not just spinning it, it's weaving it as well. So it is a spinnery that spins the yarn, and it is a weaving mill. If it really wanted to be awkward, you could have had both on the map. Not just clothing, not just that. You could have had a spinnery that spins your stuff, and you could have had a weaving mill. Ah, come on. So I'm not sure how many weaving mills, if they make their own yarn. And if you buy the yarn you use in your weaving mill. Let's do the save thing, because we know what happens in this game if we do not. Now that we are catching our breath. Here's a some good cultivation contract. There. We might do that. We might do... Here's 2 good ploughing contracts. I think we will go and we will do that. We will go and we will accept the ploughing contract first. It is field 88, which is down there. We do not use our own things here. We hope that the trim lines is gone. If the trim lines isn't gone, I'm going to be deeply aggrieved. Deeply, very deeply aggrieved. Is that even a word? Is the engine a bit cold this morning? You think it's winter? I do want this stuff to be, our bales to be done by January. Because then it's snow and it's white, the bales are white and we can't see them very well. I hope the snow keeps off for December at least a bit. So let's drive to field 80. We use a lot of AI help in this game. Not only because we are a work provider, but simply because it'd be easier for us to work with an AI than it is to not work with an AI. Deadwood we cannot do, and the wood delivery stuff as well. In the wood delivery one, it's very difficult for us to pick up the wood. Not only because we are playing with a keyboard and a mouse. I've even considered getting myself a gaming joystick, but at the moment I don't know if it's worth me getting myself one. 36. Field 36 is a problem I face. 36 the problem field. I can't remember. There is a problem field that just refuse to work. I hope you are done. We'll see if this works properly. I hope it does. I hope it removes that, but we'll see later. I'm really not going to be pleased if it doesn't remove our problem. Come on, start. Or am I not far enough away from that? Apparently so. So if you are too close to another object, when you tell, I don't know what you want to call your AI. I know people use names for them. There's Benz and there's, I don't know, Gertrudes, depending where your farm is. There is people use different names, but I'm a firm believer that Skynet is on the way, so Terminator it is. Let's see if this thing wants to work. I hope I don't have to drive it. Come on, are you being annoying? Yes. You are being extremely annoying. See, we are making progress. There isn't any left there. So we are definitely removing. We are screwing up our whole precision farming thing. Remember, we are on precision farming mod, and the last thing you want to do on precision farming mod is what we are doing currently. Is plowing. We do not want to plow on precision farming. Now are we stuck here? Is this tractor one of those things that's just too damn big for itself? This thing just too big for itself? So cultivating is field 19. The reason I make sure of this is you don't want to do the incorrect thing on the incorrect field. It won't do it. Let's see if we are still stuck. I'll go and hunt you down in a bit. Oh no, that sorted itself out. Good. Now, could I have planted the field if I thought about that, mind you, and if we had a tractor available? Yeah, I should have. When we planted when we took down the cotton, I should have thought about maybe planting the field with grass. Could we still have done it? That's the question. When we harvested our cotton, yep, we could. The day we harvested our cotton and we finished and removed it, I don't know what our tractors was doing, but we could have planted the field with grass to see what will happen. We didn't do it. I think we have picked up all our grass bales, or wrapped all our grass bales. We could have done that. That might work. For that, the game needs to be broken again, but it might have worked. But then again, it might not have worked. Are you in that field? I don't think it is. Technically, I could use the little tractor to do this. But since it is a job that I have to do, I can't let the computer does not bale wrap. It does not bale. So this is a manual process. So although your and the bale pickups are also manual. So although your computer can do other things. Now normally we would have rolled these fields as well. But since I'm just going to plow them under, I'm not going to bother. Because that's not, the rolling is a yield increase. Let's just, while we're wrapping that bale, I want to go up one. Let's see how it looks. 70. This field is bad. It does bad, it shows bad in fertilization. We fertilized it, we rolled it. This field's gonna go downhill fast. This one is still nice. I don't know why, but we did fertilize it, we rolled it properly, we did everything we should do on that field, but it just stays bad. It just doesn't give us the 90% we are used to. I don't know why. That's why I've switched over to mechanical liquid fertilizer, simply because that field is so bad. We roll, we do all of the other things we have to do, but it just does not work. We can't harvest the crop that's already on the field we want to buy. We want to buy the field, not this one and adjacent. We want to buy the field that is adjacent to the farm on the other big one, just above the sawmill. Now I have very, very poor, the reason I drive into them, I've got very poor spatial awareness. I don't have 3D vision, so it's very difficult for me to judge how far something is from something else. Also have a problem with contrast vision, which come into play here as well. And just changing the colors to color blind mode really wouldn't work. It's not a thing that can be. I will have the same problem no matter what the color is. As estimating a relative position, a relative size, that type of thing. And it is a real life problem. It's not just an in-game problem. It is, yeah, learn to live with it. But it's difficult to now play this. These grass bales are difficult for me to see. But I still like the game. You can see here I am not sure where am I. I am not properly situated to do this. So when people normally drive and it looks so easy, it's not. Not for me. Might be for you. Yeah, I don't know if I could, because you bale so and you drive into them. You can't set the baler to, or the wrapper to wrap them automatically. I don't know if you could. I think there is some of the round balers. I think there is one that's a baler wrapper. I'm not sure if it's a mod or if it's an actual one of the balers themselves that I think wraps automatically, but it's a round baler. A, we can't afford it, and B, don't like round balers because you have to stop every time your bale is full, which means you have to see when your bale is full. Which means we can't see that always. I can't drive with just holding my eye on the screen here or on the bale fullness meter, because I have to see where my tractor is, if it's missing any. Although I'm using steering assist when I do the the baling, I still need to, and then you have to reverse, and then you have to drive forward again, and oh. Ooh, hang on, we need to do this. I forgot. Sorry. Sorry, I forgot our workers. See, that's the other thing. When you concentrate on a part of the screen, I sometimes don't see the whole screen. And then you get concentrating on one job and forget the workers. So keep your eye on that part of the screen as well. When I look fast, I can't really take in what's happening there, so you can see it's real dark in December. I'm going to have a real job of getting all of that wood on that trailer. But the important thing is just getting these bales wrapped so that I can get them off the fields. Once they are wrapped and picked up, I can go and dump them in the bale. We have a bale shed, which means we can dump all of our bales that we don't want or need at this moment into the bale shed. We haven't yet visited our project to see how it's going. I know we still need some rope. Hang on, let's go and visit our project quickly. Hey, if you are used to my stuff, sorry I don't have chapters, but really I don't work that way. So, we need 2 more rope. Just 2 more rope for now. For today, it's 2 more rope. Let's see if there's any rope available. Maybe I shouldn't have set it to drop. Maybe I should have set it to store, because then we could see from the farm there's no rope available. Do I actually have rope? There's just a little rope. I might be able to dump some. Yeah, if I put some more. Currently we are paused. If we take some more rope over there, it will work. Sorry, not some more. Oh, come on, you silly. Some more wool, it will work again. Which we might need to go and do, I think. I mean, we have a lot of stuff to do. It's just when to do what. So I'm thinking about taking some rope over yonder. And I'm definitely planning as well on getting the bigger spinner. It's gonna be difficult running them both. Both the spinnery and the that's why I wanted to actually wait. Am I stuck now? I wanted to wait to get the big spinnery. See how much cotton we can, how much cloth we can make that way. Hang on. Let's just. Where did I park the trailer? Where did we park the trailer? We did park it somewhere. Not that, I want the little trailer. Where did we park the little trailer? See, because we just dump everything, we don't have a nice place to park everything, we lose, there it is. And then we paint the things black. Yes, then we paint our equipment black. Yes, that is brilliant. I should have painted it some disgustingly horrible color. I know this person once. Her husband was a earth moving contractor, and they used those things called bulldozers, which is normally a lovely yellow color, which is joyful in a bulldozer. Not so good in a Ferrari, but looks lovely in a bulldozer. Except the lady's favorite color was pink. Hence, they had a pink bulldozer. I kid you not. Not all of the bulldozers. I think everybody was happy about that. But one pink bulldozer. I mean, it's the meaning for a bulldozer to be pink. Would you want to have a pink? Yeah, I don't want a pink bulldozer. But in any case, they had a pink bulldozer. And something else we will need somewhere is the it's the actual forklift. Currently we are not buying the forklift because we need our money for other stuff. Of which one is our cotton harvester. Because if we're going to have all of them cotton around, we are going to have your cotton harvester around. No, don't. Take it a bit further away, and then Let's just fold you up for now. That you can do the turn here. This might not be the best. I don't want to disturb that other bale that's there. We do not want to disturb the other bale. There we go. Ha! We got it. Delightful. Now your spinning and stuff, the rope maker goes very fast through cotton. Not so fast through wool. And wool just doesn't make the same amount of bales that the cotton does. Wool is the best thing you can do with a wool bale is literally sell it. It's slow to work with. It's I think it's one of the worst crop to process. I don't know if you lose money, but it's slow. You are not gonna make money, put it that way. Or not make a lot of money. I could have all my sheep. I should have actually have a bigger. We had this whole thing in sheep, but still it wouldn't have given me enough. I would have had to have this whole map under sheep. Whereas if you want to make rope or this stuff, cotton is just so much better at it than wool is. So if you have sheep, sell the stuff. Sell the wool. Funny enough that we can't sell the meat. Yeah, we don't have. Hang on. Do we have a meat packing? I don't think we have a meat packing plant or you know, something in that vein. I don't think we have it. So that thing is still working. Now let's go and see. No, is it working? Is it removing? There we are in ploughed state. That is done, but no, come on. Seriously? The trend lines are still there. I have ploughed this field. Trend lines isn't even on. And it is still there. There. See, where's trend lines? Clear yield. Trim lines. None. There is no trim lines on this thing. None. You see, there is nothing. There is no lines. This field is empty. There should not be trend lines on it. Sorry, trim lines. But what is there? What is there when I watch? Trim lines. Guess what I'm doing next year after I harvested my cotton? Because obviously this doesn't work. There is still those trimline stuff, we'll see when we plant the cotton if it removed it. I am at this moment so annoyed with that field. Because they said plough it, it will fix the problem. I ploughed it. Is the problem fixed? Well, not today, it's not. It's still there. Just get these two. So, not always, there is glitches in this game. I had this field in another game. It didn't have that problem. No, sorry, I did not have this field in another game. So I had the field next to it. It doesn't have that problem. This field over here doesn't have that problem. I don't know if I don't know if I should. I don't want to turn precision farming off because I like playing with precision farming. I've saved it, I've done everything I can think of except plant with grass, which I most likely will need to do. That is for next year. Besides, I need to remember. I hope I remember. I want to set the rake to 10 meters when we rake our grass. So that when we windrow it, sorry, you call it a windrower, not a rake, but when we windrow it, I want to see if I can windrow everything, because it's a 40 meter. I hope the 4 meters is enough so that I don't want to set it, yeah, so that if we do it on 10 meters, go over our field in 10 meters, if it will make us one big, huge windrow. I hope it will. So if you've got cattle, you have to have grass as well, because you have to have silage, you have to have hay. Now hay you can just go bale, and the silage does have this extra step. What you could do is actually you bale the stuff, then you pick it up, then you pile everything in a big huge pile, and then you wrap it. Maybe that will be faster. I don't know. I think we did everything. I think we have all of our bales done. Where are you? Ah, you are where you need to be. Haha, we are holding up traffic. Just look at us. The reason I don't, number one, it doesn't deliver directly to the rope factory. You can't set it that way. Number two, I can't let it drive into the rope factory. It doesn't always want to. And I've tried it before. It doesn't always want to drive into the rope factory. Never mind the problem. I wish you could just pick up those ropes. I mean, there is our hole. Here. All the rope we will need for our grain elevator museum. Not a grain elevator museum. Our playground. Everything we will need to build our playground. Come on. Let's go. There we go. We've got a bit of money from that. How much do we have? We are hemorrhaging money at the moment because we are ploughing. We are using everything we have. We can just drive home. We have got 3 AIs going. We are I wonder what's going on here. Why is it the road down there? What is going on there? Or is it just because there's... I don't know. But in any case. Are you coming home? Hopefully it is. Yes. So this one is done. Let's just put off its lights. We are done with this. Okay, you did refold. So we are going to drive you lot. And then after we did this, we're going to need to remove all of this stump so that we can drive easier as well. Wood is in the way. We need to clean up this part of our farm sometime. Let's go and down for that. I really need to fold. I might not end up getting the solar powered one just because I'm getting annoyed with my machinery. Having them all over the place is not working well. I also want the workshop. We've got a lot to do and we've got very little time to do it in, because I think we do some of the stuff a bit slower because we have to struggle to reverse. So guys, this is a nice game. It's one of the games that is more easy to play. I like games, but some of them is a bit difficult to play. Just simply because we have that little problem. And a lot of other people has got this little... And look at what we have here. Another bale not wrapped. But luckily we have got the bale storage now. We can just pick up everything and then wrap it later. Put it in the bale storage and then just get the grass bales out. That's not, because it's going to be a bale on its own. It's not going to be part of these bales. There's going to be 1 or 2 little bales just lying over there. If you play multiplayer on a multiplayer server, the playground would really be a very good, the pirate ship one, or not the playground, the pirate ship will be an excellent project for you to do, because there is more than one of you working at the same time. You can do a lot more. As well, if you have big farms, I can see why you would. I mean, if you have a big cattle concern, it would make sense for you to have someone else working on your farm, an actual human being that can pick up your bales for you. But mind you, if you are a big cattle farmer, again, you are going to have a lot of silage. There's another bale that we didn't wrap. You're going to have a lot of silage, so again, you will go for the bunker silo option. So you won't bale, you will basically just go since you will do hay as well, you will do mowing, tedding, windrowing, pick it up with a trailer that's got an automatic pickup, a forage trailer. If you do silage, and then you will just store your hay in a bunker silo, or in the hayloft, for that matter. If you will need straw, and that you also just after harvesting pick up. If you do silage, you will just go mow, windrow, pick up, put it in your silage bunker and drive over it. Baling isn't for the person that wants a lot of animals. Not in the base game baler, because you have to have, especially if we want a lot of grass. Now, depending on your amount of animals, this might not be a problem. You might just be fine with one big field, depending on how much cattle you want. But there is a point where it becomes viable. And even if you want to sell the stuff, you can. It's easy to do with a bunker silo. You just put it inside of a trailer and go and sell it. But you have choices here. Ah, we have something done. Are we full? Yes, damn. We are full as well. And again, it comes from not being able to look at that the whole time. So our cultivation is done. I figured that would be done first. Good, we made money. We already have more, I think, than we started. We're not going to do these. These are not really worth that much in extra money. Yep, we already have more than we started this morning. So we are having a profitable day. We've got about 60 something bales to pick up. And then we have got the monster over there that we need to load. Your sawmill also do not, or to deliver, do these building projects. Ah, come on, wrong button. It just doesn't do it. Come on. There. This ball, it's got a spawn point. It's inside a tree. When you cut the tree down, the ball comes out. If you move, it doesn't matter if you move the ball or not, that spawn point sits there. I think that is what's prevented us from placing, and there was nothing. We checked the thing, we checked the ground, there was no stumps of anything left. So the only thing I can think of is that ball. Is the spawn point for that ball is preventing you from placing a building there. So be aware, if you place a building there in that specific spot and you want it nicely directly next to your shed there, there is that ball in front of it. I think we still have enough beehives. As I said, when we found we had the small baler, because we didn't do that. We didn't do stuff that we need to bale in that quantities. And besides, we always had the small baler. When we got into baling, most people had the small baler, but we never had that bigger fields of that you need to do. A small baler was fine enough for us, because we wanted stuff A that can be moved manually, and C, we didn't need to get the big bales. We didn't do anything baleable, as I said, at that large scale. And we had a bale pickup for the small bales, not like this one where you can also have the small bales. And you can do that. What you can't do is you can't do silage in small bales. You can do grass, you can do hay, but you cannot wrap the little small bales. Sorry. I'm not sure if you can pick up a lot of small bales with this bale. I haven't tried. But when you pick up your small bales, it makes sort of bigger bales of it, and those you also can't wrap. So you can't even make small silage bales, which is a shame, because if you... we are full again. Why? To lift it? And yes, we know that thing that stands in there, that lime. We delivered our lime load a bit close to the thing, to the building, so it hangs out there because it has nowhere to go. It's sort of stuck there. We have to literally reverse our lime spreader in there to pick it up, and we have a dedicated lime spreader now because we don't use solid fertilizer anymore. Not that the liquid fertilizer helped us much with the grass. I mean, I rolled the grass. I fertilized the grass with sensors on it, but it just didn't... it doesn't work. So if you want to work contracts with AI, you can't, especially if you're going to hire, or more especially if you're going to hire your equipment like we do, because simply it's easier for us, because then we don't have to drive them back. Especially with stuff like the harvesters and such. But even the others, Field, I am deeply annoyed with you. I hope you know that. This is going to wreck this field's carrying potential. We've struggled with it for a while now. Just because we want to get rid of the trend lines, because it's annoying. I don't like them. Now I missed. See, this is a bit difficult. and doesn't matter how, it's just to get this spacing correct. If you can get the spacing correct. And another thing with the difference between the round bales and the square bales is damn it, now it looks like it's going to start snowing, is it? Damn, it's starting to snow, and if it's going to turn white, we are going to have a problem. Is it snowing? I hope not. I hope snow waits until January, really. So I know I always have Wednesdays, I always have, well, Farm Simulator, but yesterday we got a gaming update which I didn't know about for our other one we play, Gunsmith Simulator. So I don't have a steering wheel which I play with. Do we? Ah, damn, we are full again. But we are making progress on this. We'll see after we plant the ploughed field what it does. I mean, it's the only field in game that has got, well, not we, that we know about. These other fields didn't have the problem. Maybe I should plant everything with grass. I'll see when I have the big field if it's a field related problem for that specific field, because we are also going to plough. Currently the big field does have trend lines on it, the one we are planning to buy, that one over there. So we are also going to see if that's a problem with it. Hey, there's some snow coming. I can see snow flocks. We aren't really wasting anything. We did get a nice crop because we have our own equipment. We don't pay for the hiring of this so much as I mean, we did buy it because we needed it then. Come on, let's just go and pick up the silly ones. See, some of this stuff is in rows, that's fine, but for me to being able to orientate myself nicely towards them, they just don't want to. They don't want me to do it. Let's pick up the outliers first before you go and try those. See, and then I come like this and it's just... The round bales, I must say, pick up better, although the square bales bale better. It's much easier to just bale your square bales than to bale the round bales. It's because you have to stop, reverse, it is... But I think, as I said, I think there is a baler wrapper. We can go and have a look. If I just didn't want to have finished this, I just want my baling finished so that I can wrap that other bale so that we can hand them in more or less at the same time. I'm going to have a tractor sitting idle, the yellow one, because it hath been ploughing the whole day. So if you plant grass directly after you've harvested your canola, you can at least get one crop in before you want to plant your cotton. And that was what we were hoping for, at least one crop of grass. I mean, this is going to get us lovely money. You get paid, of course, much more for your silage than you get paid for, say, your grass. Grass itself isn't a very profitable crop. What makes it profitable is being turned into silage. And we might even have some silage that we can sell. But we do need to pick up those wood, or else it will just be too much. It's easier for us to work with the silage bales now that they are all nicely stacked and inside of our bale storage. You can see there's our bales. I think this thing can take 200 and something bales. Now we are not in the correct place. You can see there all our bales is stacked there. There is, I think, another bale storage shed I've seen, but I don't know if it's what mod it is. I think this is the only one for base game. We are not in the correct position. We're not really in the correct position for this. And another thing, when you do tractors, you have to actually be able to see your wheels, what your wheels are currently doing. That is a bit difficult, especially the cars as well. In games like World of Warships and World of Tanks, you don't really have to keep an eye on what your wheels do, you just... Except when you drive the lorry in World of Tanks. But the wheeled vehicle. But tracked vehicles, much better. We will need to do something with this. It's beginning to bother me. Ah, we've got something else finished. We can't really accept any big contracts anymore. We're just gonna finish those we have. The big ploughing one is still working. There we go, another 4. After we do the 12, we may have enough money so that I feel comfortable in spending it buying some more land. So along, which one am I hearing? Is it you? Are you back? Why am I hearing you? Are you stuck? Hang on, let's just see who is stuck. It is stuck. That's why we are hearing it. Let's just save this one. Is it well and truly stuck? We will have to come and rescue you later. That's another problem using AIs. Your AI can get stuck. And if you don't keep a close eye on them, whereas we wasn't doing, they can get into quite severe trouble. As that one just did. We will need to go and bump either the log or the tractor with another tractor to get it loose. So what we want, so I wanted to really get the fancy shed, but we're not going to get the fancy shed anymore because now we need a spinnery that is going to cost the money we wanted to use for that. We are just going to get the normal shed for storing our cars, which is 35,000, which is more economical in the short term. It doesn't have the solar powers on the solar panels on the roof. like the other one does. But then you don't get that much money, I think, from electricity. I don't think there's any more lying around. I think we have cleared this. Good. So this is cleared. Now we can fix that. Go and drive onto our tractor and just bump it loose. Maybe from the other side. Sorry. Maybe I should have driven into the piece of wood here. Half the tree maybe. Let's just see if I can just drive half the tree away from the tractor. Did it work? I don't think so, but yeah, let me just not crash into everything on the farm today. That would also be good. After I've sold all of those wood that you can see being annoying there at the back. So this one, I don't like. It would have been nice if you could connect the this corner to that corner of the shed of your sheep, but it is not. Now we will go and dump you. I think the next thing I'm building is definitely a storage place for all of my equipment, because currently that is something we are lacking. Now will it be correct place to dump you lot? If not, I can just bump you in with the tractor again. I don't think you are correctly over. Might just make it, might not make it. There we go, it did. Good. Now we've got all of our bales stacked in there. You can see the sea of white. Come on. There we go. Just park you over here. We need to get rid of some other trees as well. And then we need to buy other pieces of land with more trees on there. So let's just hop out. This one we can do something about, but we don't need it at the moment. Are you loose enough now? No, you're not, because this thing is, you might be able to do something about getting yourself out of here. Or maybe not. Yep, there you go, you are loose. Congratulations! So, I think the first thing we are going to do is, after we bought our field, which is more important, is setting up the rest of the stuff. Okay, we have got a lot of things to load, but let's get out of here. We're going to get our bales and we're going to bale the extra stuff. Going to get our grass bales out of here. This ball doesn't matter because it just here we can get it out. You can see what do we have. We've got square bale grass. This is the grass that we just got. We then have square bale silage 24, that's what we're going to sell. Square bale grass, that is the 63 we have. Fertilizer. Lime. Square bales. what we have in here at the moment. So we will just bale those two, then they can go and ferment into silage, else they will just stay grass all the time. Not all of our equipment will fit into our shed, we know that, but at least some of it will be nicely contained, the big stuff at least. We are normally struggling with the smaller stuff because we can't repair that well. We suck with reversing. Well, going forward is tricky, but reversing is terrible. So we'll just open you. Be careful not to bump the bales inside of the pickup zone. We'll be close enough to pick it up with this. Turn on X for autoload and drive. Oops, we did it again. I think the other bale went inside again. We did it the last time, we did it this time. We did it again. Let's just go and get the bale again. Last time we did the same thing. The exact, and with the exact same result. But hey, you need fun on the farm. Now it's difficult to figure out which bale. Square bale grass. Now, is it inside? That's the question. Yeah, it is inside. It would be that one. Because the other one is 24 now, I think. Yeah, that's 24 now. So it is that square bale. Sorry, it's 64 there. Yeah, so it is that square bale. Normally, type will go with type unless the fermentation stage is different sometimes. Ah, fucking hell. We just did it again. Just no, 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 that. Don't do that. Do not do that. See if we can actually get you like this. I just want to pick it up. I just want to be close enough to pick it up. There we go. If we're not fast enough, we're going to drop it outside, which we are going to do. But we will just bump it in. Hold that. And we'll just gently nudge it inside. There we go. All of that is done. Now what we need to do is drop me just over here. We do tend just to drop things. Let's just save because we know this game. It screws with you if you don't save. Let's go see what this did. out to where we want to be. There. This truly screwed up our prospects of things magnificently. This one is nice. These suck. We hope that the fertilization will sort itself out, but here you can see mulch still there. At least there's no. I just don't know why. So let's start loading wood. Let's see what the silage price is before we start loading wood. We might want to sell silage today and not tomorrow. Having our silage with silage in snow, we want to sell it today. But it doesn't matter that much if we sell it tomorrow. Having our silage in storage as we now do, we can of course sell it any time because it's not cluttering up our farmyard as it used to do. So we're gonna load all of these wood. Technically we don't need to load all of them today, but they are just gonna lie here. We are going to have to load them anyway. Whether or not we do it today, whether or not we do it next month. Loading it we are going to do. And what does a forklift cost? How much does a forklift? No, this is not the correct. Where's the forklifts? How much does it cost me to buy a forklift? And this is going to have to be the expensive one, 79. Wanted to buy the field, but I'm going to buy. I think this is the correct forklift. I don't. This is the electric forklift, as far as I know. Let's see. Can we see which one? What it uses? What's the difference there? Ah, kilowatt. Yes, that's the electric one. I'm going to buy this. Damn good reason. We just do not have the patience. I hope this thing fits under that roof. It should. Buy. Yes. And I hope this thing drives better than this one. Yes, this forklift has worked for us in the past, and it worked wonderfully for us in the past. But it's just, and it will still work for the rest of the things on the farm, but we'll just stop you there for a bit. Now let's see. So what do we have? We've got engine, yes, yes, yes. We've never used the forklift before. How do you use it? hang on, are we using K and L for this? We are. We are using, and you can lift it. Good. Oh, you use it like you use those. Okay. So you drive with it like this then? Okay. It doesn't look like it's got longer teeth than... it might maneuver better. Well, no, that's something. Let's try with it a bit. See. Yeah, it definitely maneuvers better than the tractor does. It's a bit bigger, but definitely it maneuvers better. It is a bit shorter than the tractor, I think. See, all of these woods, I don't think we own, I can't remember, do we own this? No, we need to buy that stuff. There's a nice lot of trees with the smaller one. There is some trees on this field that we are planning to buy, of which we now need more money because we just spent all of it. So hopefully we get enough from our wood sales to buy the farm. I hope I didn't just jeopardize our home farming problem just because I got annoyed with the forklift. But we can go and sell our any better. Can we get a better approach? I don't want to have to spend all the money and then suffer. Well, it is a bit better. The handling is a bit better, but as I say, we have never been good drivers. There is a problem with this stuff. It is a slight problem, I know about that. Now we've got the tilt off the silly blade to consider. Because we can't see that properly. Now will it? Where's the other one? No. See, now we can at least tilt our load like this, which means it won't fall off. Hopefully that's easy. I even might be able to. I'm not going to try 4 bales at once. Sorry, 4 pellets at once. That I'm not going to do. I think that's a bit risky for our skills. Now it is a bit better than the tractor. It's not, I don't know how big the improvement is, but definitely a bit better. Again, the relative location-y thing of mine comes into play here, definitely. Now we need to remember, goes downward, extract them, good, down a bit, hop off. Do what we normally do and strap it down, because we know what happens if we don't. We just bump it off the other side. We have to get ourselves lined up to it. And here, as I say, is where my problem of relative distance, relative estimation of stuff is being an active problem. So just being able to drive properly and skewer our thing correctly is a problem for us. Definitely a problem. It's better than it was in the tractor. I wonder if now they are just not ready to take this. I'm not going to try and stack you horizontally, sorry, vertically. I'll try this. This works better than the tractor, I must say. The picking up of the stuff, if we were better, we could have done this horizontally, you know, stack more than one per time, but I think that is a bit, whoa. That is a bit, too much for our current skill level. Way too much for our current skill level. Here we go. I'm so glad if the things just stay on and not climb back off again. Okay, that is there. Okay, you are done. It's faster. It's definitely, I think, a bit faster. It's definitely faster than when we did the... I wonder what it would do with some of the problems we had encountered with this. Okay, and then we get stuck. It's definitely faster than I think when we used the tractor. It's not that we have got more experience and more whatever. It's just, it is a bit faster. It does the job really faster. Because it's got that edge, little edge in handling. And you wouldn't think it will have that much of an influence, but it does. It truly influences the behavior of this a lot. I mean, yes, these stuff still look like they were stacked by a 4-year-old. But at least we have the stuff. We can get what we want on the trailer. Hang on, maybe I should go and... let's see if we can stack it. Let's just go into the renew on the other side, I think. Going to park you on that side. I really wish that there was another way to deliver pellets. Because it is difficult. And I know some of the other guys that didn't want it to do. I know other people have moaned about this as well, about the pellet handling in the game. They get frustrated with it. And they don't even have my little problems to deal with. Now this is not. Before everybody said, but this is not a pillow. This is not a telephone. No, it's not. I know. But that will not cure my problem. Now will it? Even if this was a pellet thing, it will not, definitely not cure my problem at all. It won't help me at all, even if this, you can't just bump into it because you can't move it. Very much better now that it's put on there. This one I think will, luckily it fell vertically. Now I need to... Now I know how precision you can pack with a forklift in real life because I've seen it done. I haven't done it myself, nobody was crazy enough to give me a forklift in real life. But I saw it done. I know it can be done. It is possible to do very well and stack things with a forklift. And not such flat pallets either. I've seen great pallets moved around with forklifts. And that's high pallets, not these flat ones at all. It's very highly thin pallet. We don't have that thinner pallet in the, or higher pallet in the game. Not even the rope comes in such a thin pallet. But there we go. We have gotten this bottom layer done. Just the front end. In. Yeah, definitely. I think we are loading easier with a forklift. Definitely that extra little level of control that you have, that you don't have with the tractor, makes it a lot easier to load. Oh no! You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have let go. It wasn't actually loading you yet. Damn. And we still have the same problem if we drop one. But this one isn't going to load it again. What we might do... let's go and load you on the other. No, let's go and load you there. We'll load you on top here. Load you on top of there. If we can just drive properly and be in the correct location. See, you do that and I don't want to do that. If you drop too easily, that I think you would tilt it wrong. That was handling error. Most likely. Let's see if we can just fit you on in here. No, 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 it's not that. Now we just have an extra equipment piece we need to store. I don't know if I'm going to sell the forklift, the other one, because frankly this thing won't move better. I'm going to keep, I think, the forklift because I'm not going to drive for collecting the wool. I'm not going to drive this one all the hell across the map. Just so that I can go pick up come on. I'm not going to drive this thing across the map just so that I can go and move my pallets of whatever I have. Now, okay, it's the rope. So I'm not going to drive this thing all the hell all over the map for that. Now we adjust it off. And that's not the forklift, that's me. Not being able to see where exactly is that. No! 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 Not again! Is this one of those things that just refuse to stay? Well, we fixed you, not the way we want to, but we fixed you. Now we might bump you off the other side later on. But at least we fixed you now for a bit. So we're not going to do that yet. We might bump you off again, we know that. We're just telling you, don't fall off next time we Now we need those two big ones from back there. Definitely, I think we are loading fast. A bit. We are definitely, I think, loading a tiny, tiny bit faster so far. I might be horribly wrong, but I think we are. The maneuverability of this is just much, much more than the tractor was. And then we have a problem. Houston, we got ourselves stuck. So this side it is more difficult to get in there. It's not the forklift problem. The problem of this thing and me not being able to, This is not the first time I've played driving games, but I really rarely drive wheeled vehicles. This time I play World of Tanks and I played World of Water. And no, I'm not gonna. Yeah. I don't play them on the blind spot, mind you. I have another name I play them on that, but anyway. Never mind. Never mind. Ah, can we do this? On the right, over enough of it so that when we do this, we can actually do that. This together. That's very smooth, guys, on there. With enough accuracy so that when we drop you, it's in there. I think this is going to work. No, I don't think so. No, it doesn't want to do that. We can't. It it wants to stick. It doesn't want to retract. So I'm just going to screw it up if I struggle with it anymore. I need to get this thing loaded and delivered. Or at least load it today. Delivered we can do tomorrow morning or the next month, but loaded we certainly have to get this thing loaded today. Can't really wait any longer. Get off. And just do this. Come on. Where are we? There we go. That's got on. That thing is a bit stupid, but well, it's how it is. That is good. Done is good. That one is just not sufficient. But we did. We are making progress. We are loading this thing. It might not seem like it because it's a really long process, but at least we can load stuff. I feel there is an improvement. I don't know if I just want to feel that there is an improvement because I just spent all this money on this equipment that I really can't afford because there's such a lot of other stuff to do. But it does speed up. I think it's good. I think it has sped up our work some. It was worth me spending the money. Was it worth me having to spend the money before this? Maybe I should have gotten this earlier, but then maybe we wouldn't have had some other equipment in. I didn't feel that it was worth getting it earlier, but maybe it was. Just the sheer frustration of loading this is a bit lessened. I won't say if it's gone away, but we still have the same intrinsic problem of not being able to precisely estimate what we are doing. I mean, there is still a lot of problems we are having here. It hasn't taken all of our problems away. It has lessened some of them, but definitely not everything is gone. We still have problems with it. Me being bumping and scratching this stuff around doesn't help now. Does it? Let's not do that. Do this. See. Now we need to do that. Down. Slowly. 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 Ah, this thing is not. It's hanging in the air, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that thing was literally hanging in the air. Now we can just maybe put this thing on a bit better. Bump you over and nicely in. Go and bump you in. Now let you down. Hop off. And back down. Sorry. And hey, did we collect our last contract? We haven't. Oh, terrible, terrible. But we did. Okay, now we collected our last contract. See, when you're concentrating, you forget your contracts. And already we have done a good job, I think, of this. Now it's not just the little ones that we need to load. Then we are done. We are working a bit late. 10 to 1 by the time we are done. There's gonna be what? Where? Oh, they're done out of alignment. It's getting more difficult now that it's dark. Let's just see how our things are doing now that it's dark. We still have things there. We still have stuff there. We still have nice lot of wood. And we still have stuff there. I think we need some more. We will need some more wool over yonder. Ah, I haven't looked up high enough. Now let's pick that up. Let's see if we can pick up 4 of these. I don't think so. I think we are just a bit too unmaneuverable to do it. Yeah, we're not gonna. No, we'll load you 2 at the time and not be an idiot about this. If we are not stupid, we might be able to do something. Come on, come on, come on. Concentrate, concentrate. As long as it just sits on there without... Good, that's done. Huh, look what's there. Look what just popped in. But we'll load you later. We're just gonna finish these little ones. It takes us so long to load. That's the silly thing about pallets. It's just so long, you have to load them, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's just really, really finicky. And even with the correct equipment, as we now have, it's just not easy. Because we do have the correct equipment now. It's just so difficult. Ain't what it should be. Well, we are making progress, people. We are getting stuff on here. And I must say, it looks better than it normally does when we load things. It really does. Doesn't look so very bad as we normally get to do. Except that. That is so normal. That's so normal for us, it's not even funny. Us having to drop the pallets, that is so normal. No, 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 don't do that. Are having a bit more trouble. Why did you do what you just did? Come on, there we go. Yeah, we'll deal with you in a bit. Get out of here. Let's put on, there is a light. I can't remember how to put on the light. Let's go, that will help us. At least find the place and see what's going on more. Already there's new stuff coming in, looks like. I struggle more with planks than I do with planks along all boards. Mostly because they are small and they are much more of them to do. The others, you've got a bit more wiggle room for when you put in your tines of your, which frankly you just don't have with these. You just don't have that amount of wiggle room. But if you screw up too much, you screw up. Much more difficult to set. No, don't go there. Now it's driving me a bit erratic because it's getting much more to my limit of operation in C. If we do have this now, we can at least... We've done 3 layers before. Not that we haven't done 3 layers before, but we haven't done it hard. Don't do that, just bump it in hard enough. Let's see, are you close enough that I can put you down? Will you fall? No, I don't think you will fall off. I don't think this is the most we've ever loaded, but there's still 4 to load. No, don't do that. Oh, damn. It's getting more difficult to load in the darkness now. It's getting really dark. It's getting difficult for me to see again where to stack these. No, don't. Ah, damn it. It is better to load, but it's getting darker now. My loading skills are deteriorating. We hope we can get this finished before all of this fill up again. We haven't done badly. We might need to do this one at a time. Simply because we don't have any places to choose. We are saving some space for the large pallet up front. We have three actually more to load besides this one, because we've got the one on the floor there. They're on the ground that fall well off. I'm having trouble driving now. Simply because there's not enough light for me to see properly what's going on here. I don't think we've ever done this before. I hope that works. I know there's still lower places to get that, but it's just to get me to get it on where it should be. Somewhere we're gonna have to call a halt, but I think we'll do this after this. We're going to load. I don't think we will sell today. We can rather sell in January. Because that's when we're gonna buy the farm. We'll sell all of our, will be a big selling trip in January. And I think we'll do a big selling trip. We'll take all of this to be sold. We'll take all of this stuff to be sold in January. Ah. I think this one will not be loaded. We've done well, but the problem now is we are struggling to see. I'm starting to have trouble seeing what I'm doing. There we go, that went better. That went so much better. Now we've got the big one and then that other one that fell off. That is if there isn't another one again, which isn't unlikely. So in January we are going to sell all of these. I don't think I'm going to load the stuff that appears overnight, depending on what it is and how it looks, but I don't think we are going to do that adventurous. We might leave that for the next time. There we go. That is done. That one is there. It's in our way actually, I think. Yeah, it is sort of in our way. We'll load this one from the side. This is its full working life. It's the full working light we are working with. It's not that we're not working with full working light. Hop down! Come on. Why don't you want to strap down? There we go. Save you. Since we've got everything strapped down now, before we screw up something major. Don't tell me there's more. No, we are going to sell this tomorrow simply because it's so difficult to get into the playground. It's difficult to get into the playground is a very difficult place to get into. Ah, there we go. Everything is strapped up and ready to be delivered tomorrow. Good. So that's where we will end it today. We did quite a nice job. We spent some more money than we wanted to, but I think selling our silage tomorrow, the 24 bales, and selling this load will hopefully make up for it. What we wanted to do, it didn't work because still there is trend lines on there. It didn't disappear. What I have to do to get rid of them, I don't know. I've ploughed the field, I've done everything I can think of. So that's the end. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, please go and donate on patreon.com, and see you at my next game playthrough.